Oh my gosh, everyone's talking about Amberlynn's breakup?
Is this video for sailing and entertainment purposes only? You're dang skippy it is.
Here's Ramona.
Noted.
Guys, do you know Foodie Beauty? Why are you walking away so fast? You're walking in uniform.
Karina's gonna have a field day with all this. Me and Amberlynn going live all at the same time.
Here, bling, bling. It was mutual?
No.
Obsessed with Karina Kaboom.
What's wrong with Karina Kaboom? She's a nice lady.
You're kidding, right?
Stay mad.
Hello everybody, it's me, your not so secret frog. So in today's video, we are talking about Eric speaking out. Eric's Becky's friend, Amber's ex-friend, their former roommate. Remember when Amber and Becky used to live with Eric and Ricky? Well, Eric, who has completely vanished off of the internet, has decided to come back on his community page post and tell people to stop talking about him.
Here, bling, bling. That makes me sad.
Okay, we're also going to be taking a look at Amberlynn's new video in which she goes shopping as a single lady. She goes to the emergency vet as a single lady, all while Feline, Alex's wifey, her ex-girlfriend. Is this a fake breakup? You heard it here last.
I dealt with it.
Rinse, lather, Kermit, repeat, is driving her around. Amberlynn, please, talk about needing a Kermit. Okay, so we're going to get into all the drama, if you could not tell already by the ridiculous intro. So as always, all my videos are for entertainment purposes only, not meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. I'm sharing my own opinions and not facts about publicly accessible information made public by public figures. I would always urge you to please be kind in the comments section to these people. Please do not go out of your way to go to these people's channels and leave them mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Okay, so Eric has deleted all of his videos off of the platform, and all of a sudden he comes back 16 hours ago and says on his community page post, "Really wish people would leave my name out of their mouth."
No. Do not go there.
Okay, Eric, you are, sir, a public figure. And if you want people to not talk about you, my personal opinion here is you need to contact Amberlynn Reid and ask Amberlynn Reid to delete all of the videos that she has with your presence in it. So this is just my personal opinion. I don't think he's talking about Amber. He could be, but I don't think so because Amber doesn't really talk about Eric. I think that he is focusing in on reaction channels. I don't think reaction channels are constantly talking about him at all whatsoever. But I think what could have happened is because, okay, well, there's two things. Number one, Eric was friends with Amberlynn as per what Amberlynn said and stayed at Eric's house. Amber did. Once she broke up, once she was no longer with Becky, once Becky broke up with her. And this is when Amberlynn was actively trashing Becky. So I think reaction channels had something to say about this. And to be quite fair, I think that's the fairest that you would even get on this platform because you, sir, are a public figure, okay? Again, maybe you should contact Amberlynn to delete all your content. That you both made money. Like Eric filmed a lot of content on Amberlynn Reid and made money off of that. And quite frankly, some of the most interesting videos that were made on this platform were made by Eric of Amber. Okay, some of the most interesting shots of Amber. Okay, no one could film Amber like Eric could. Okay, so you're a public figure, Eric. I don't know why people are not allowed to talk about you. Now, the other issue is this. People were, I think, in my opinion, what I think and how I feel, people were upset that Eric wasn't like publicly speaking out about my opinion, harassment from Amberlynn, emotional harassment that Amberlynn was giving towards Becky. And people felt like, well, wasn't Eric Becky's friend too? But at this point, I can't even imagine why he's upset because no one's really massively talking about him. I would say maybe, this is just my opinion, maybe people are saying that now that it's come out that Amberlynn is threatening Becky, that people are saying maybe Eric should say something. I don't know the status of Eric's and Becky's friendship, and at this point, I don't care. Eric, if you have something to say and you want people to leave your name out of their mouths, it would be weird that you would be making a community page post stating that. If you don't want people to talk about you, then don't say anything at all. I mean, I just feel like, okay, he's a public figure. People are not sitting there making dedicated videos to you at all. People just probably mentioned. I understand Eric not wanting to be in the spotlight, to be fair. Like, I totally understand that he doesn't want to be on YouTube, whatever. Usually people that don't want to be on YouTube don't post community page posts about this. So I think this is geared towards reaction channels. Yes, I think some reaction channels felt that why wasn't Eric speaking up when Amberlynn was harassing Becky? Now Becky has said that she's being threatened. We don't know the status of Eric's friendship with Becky. And at this point, I think it just quite frankly does not matter. My advice to Eric, and I see a lot of people in the comment section telling him that they miss him, that they miss his videos to come back to YouTube. Eric, if you don't want to be on YouTube, I completely understand that and I respect that. Then it would behoove you. I love the word behoove.
Nurse, clear my schedule.
It would behoove you to probably not post community page posts saying how you don't want people to talk about you while getting people to talk about you by posting said community page posts. I wish Eric all the best. Do you think Eric's going to come out with a, expose on Amberlynn Reed and what happened with her and Becky? Probably not. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Very interesting for Eric to speak out now. This has to be because, in my opinion, it's got to be because Becky said that she's being threatened and people are wondering why Eric is not speaking up. That has to be what it is because people have spoken about Eric before and I've never seen this type of post. So Eric, we would love to hear from you. Come on YouTube and make a video. And now let's move right along to the one, the only, the queen of YouTube, Amberlynn Reed, and her new video. Okay, so let's talk about Amber's video. At the start of the video, she says everything seems meaningless because now that her and Alex's wifey Feline have broken up, everything is not the same. Yeah, of course it's not the same. When you continue to live with your ex and it's obvious, no matter what you say, that the breakup was not mutual and you didn't want to break up and you're so upset, well, you were in a few videos. Of course it's going to be different. It's a lot easier to break up and go your separate ways. Now, this is the part that really pissed me off, honestly, what I'm about to tell you. She says that she's getting a lot of questions. Why does Feline still live there? And okay, I'm going to explain to you. The way that she's treating Alex's wifey Feline versus the way she treated Becky is astounding. She says this: Feline is on the lease. It's no more my apartment than hers, and we're going to live out in the apartment until the lease is up. Okay, understandable. There's nothing wrong with that, per se. But if anyone remembers, she was in the same exact situation with Becky. And about Becky, she said, yes, Becky was also on the lease, just like Feline. And by the way, Becky was paying her side of the bills. She said Feline is as well, right? Feline pays for half. Becky paid for half too with her live stream earnings. And then when Becky had to leave because it's obvious that she didn't want to continue to live with you, Amber, and your new girlfriend, who was a stranger from the internet to her and to you, and she, had to run away to live with her friends, and people questioned you about that, Amberlynn said, this is my apartment. And I get to do what I want. Does anyone remember that clip? She said, this is my apartment and I'm going to do what I want. So my question that will never be answered, and Becky said it best, it's because unfortunately she did not believe Becky was good enough. And I think she had zero respect for Becky. And she clearly thinks that wifey is good enough and she has all this respect for wifey, and it still couldn't keep her in your apartment. But
Thanks for nothing.
I digress. Why is it that it was your apartment with Becky and you got to do whatever you wanted, like bring in a stranger from the internet to live with you and Becky? It's my apartment, you said. But now it's no more your apartment than Alex's wifey Feline's. Because if you compare Becky and wifey, it's the same situation. Becky paid for her half with the live stream earnings. Wifey pays for her half with her job. Wifey was on the lease, Becky was on the lease. And Becky, sure as Kermit, lived in that apartment longer than wifey, because wifey has lived there for a few years? Becky lived there for 4 years with you. And it's just really heartbreaking how it was her apartment and she got to do whatever she wanted when she was with Becky. But, it's no more my apartment than wifey's. You know what? The entire content that you've been producing for years is very disingenuous, but your recent content and the way you treat people is incredibly disingenuous. She then talks about basically like how, oh, people thought that the video I posted was like weird. It wasn't weird for us. Yeah, we know it wasn't weird for you. You've been lying about the identity of your partner ever since you doxed her. Somebody had asked me in yesterday's video in the comment section if those live streams with wifey's name is still up and the state that she lived in. Yeah, they are. To answer your question, I hope you're watching. They are. I'll try to remember to put some screenshots of those live streams. I'm going to take out the, important information, even though Amber doesn't care. Yeah, you doxed your own wifey. And you've been disingenuous ever since, pretending that you're dating two different people, that you're now with a different person. No, it's the same woman, Becky, and Destiny exposed you. Never mind that it was blatant. So this type of content is very disingenuous. The reason why people did not care for your last video is we don't know wifey. We never did. You refused to show her or refused to let us know any of her thoughts on life, pretty much, throughout the relationship in your vlogs. All of a sudden, you do a video where, again, we can't see her, and you steamroll the conversation. That's why it was weird. If you're going to say it's a heartbreaking conversation with my ex, we needed to see what she really thought. Yes, she told us, like, why she believed the relationship ended and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, it was just you doing a video about yourself. So why include her? Somebody that we don't know. We don't know her. You're just monetizing her now for the bitter end. Now, she then goes on to say the most honestly outrageous thing about being a single woman. But to wrap this whole drama up, the way that you've treated Becky is disgusting. You are now threatening her, and nobody cares about this breakup at this point. We want to know why you continue to threaten Becky. We want to know why it is that there's a channel called Positive PR. I believe I'll link the video down below, who posted a clip of you saying from the live stream era that you feel that Becky is allowed to say whatever she wants. She could say whatever she wants. But now you're saying if any of you two say anything, you can get the law involved. Why are you trying to involve the law with Becky? We're not going to let this go. Nobody cares that you're going to Trader Joe's with your ex. And at the end of the day, this is my opinion on that whole situation, the way you're treating Becky and wifey. You believe to this day that Becky was less than what you deserved. And the reality is, Amberlynn, and this is my honest opinion, I don't think you're ever, even in this relationship with wifey, you said, oh, I know what I deserve and I know my worth and what I'm worth. The bottom line is, I don't really see any relationship that you have working out because of the way that you behave. It doesn't matter. No relationship is going to work out if you continue to treat people this way. And it's honestly really jarring and upsetting to see how she treated Becky. Oh, it's my apartment, but oh, wifey can stay here as long as she wants. Why? There's no difference in the payments that they made. And quite frankly, I think wifey did quite a bit for you. I do. But Becky did everything for you. And I do mean everything. So it's just, at the beginning of the video really left a bad taste in my mouth. So then the absurdity continues where she says that she's going, listen to this, grocery shopping as a single woman.
Cheers.
I saw you enjoying your experience.
Going grocery shopping as a single woman is one or two things. Either walking there, taking public transportation there, taking an Uber there, or driving yourself there. You did not go grocery shopping to Trader Joe's as a single woman because you had your ex-girlfriend drive you and help you with the packages. Do you think that we are like really dumb and can't understand and can't fathom what's going on? That's, first of all, I think that would have been a great vlogging idea. Amberlynn takes an Uber, vlogs her experience in the Uber, going there, going back, bagging her groceries in the Uber. And Amberlynn, you should have started doing this now because that is what you're going to have to do when you are living in a new state. So the absurdity of actually having enough nerve to say, I went grocery shopping as a single woman when your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend drove you there, drove you back. That's not doing things on your own. Let me just explain something to you. Doing things on your own involves being on your own, not having your ex back you up. I don't know what she's going to do when she moves to a different state. She also says in the video that she is not moving in with mom, not moving in with anyone. She's going to live by herself. My guess is she's going to have all her groceries delivered and Instacarted, and that's fine. You can do whatever you want. Do whatever's comfortable for you. But I will just say that this is why, Amberlynn, you get more dislikes than likes in your videos. Your content is incredibly disingenuous. How are you going to say that you are a single woman going grocery shopping when you are, quote unquote, a single woman going grocery shopping, being taken by your ex and her obviously helping you with it? This is no different than when Becky took you grocery shopping when she broke up with you. And recently, Destiny explained how for months on end after the breakup, while Destiny was already living with Dana, Amberlynn demanded that Destiny take her grocery shopping multiple times a week. So you are continuing the process of relying on your exes to take you grocery shopping with the audacity now to actually try to pretend that you're going as a single woman. You really should have done that vlog where you Ubered there, Ubered back, and tried to actually show things as a single woman. And the reason that I advise that, seriously, is because what are you gonna do when she's out of your life and gone? If you all don't believe anything I'm gonna say to you, believe this. Yes, there are exes that stay friends.
I guess I better work on my popularity.
Fine. And there are exceptions. But in general, when people are amicable with you and people are kind to you at the end of the breakup, that's very nice. I said it yesterday. They always tell you things that they believe you want to hear to be emotionally okay. Like, oh, I'll still see you sometimes. I'm not going to date anyone. We'll still be friends. You know I'm still going to be in your life. This is all such BS. Such nonsense that people tell you this to let you get through the process, believing emotionally, yeah, I'll be okay. This person will still stay in my life. Amberlynn, she will, in my opinion, never see you again. She will never buy your groceries again. And this breakup is the best thing that could have happened to her, because I don't believe that your relationship is healthy. And I don't believe that any of the relationships that you get in is going to be healthy if you still use your exes after the breakup. Now, I could understand if Amberlynn was ill, if Amberlynn was in a certain situation. Amberlynn, you have the capacity to, first of all, change your life, learn how to drive. And if you don't want to do any of these things, you obviously have the money to take car service and whatever, Uber, whatever, and do things yourself. You need to start now, because let me just give you some basic advice that she's not going to take. So the easiest thing is to start small and to start doing things on your own ASAP, because then you actually have experience doing things on your own. And it's not so much harder when you have to do a lot of things on your own in one shot. What do I mean by that? If you start taking Ubers to grocery stores for now by yourself without wifey, and you learn how to take Ubers by yourself, get your own groceries, bag your own groceries, when you move to another state, it's going to be easier for you. What I'm saying is you want to start small. You want to start small, learning activities, start small instead of doing everything a lot and start big later where you're doing too many things for yourself in one shot. There's another moment in the video that is quite ridiculous. She's talking about how Twinkie needed to see an emergency vet, and all she could talk about is how right before the emergency vet, she needed to take a quick shower. Okay, right, Amber. Okay, so here's the thing. This situation goes twofold, okay? It's two things to be said about this. First of all, the real person that took Twinkie to the emergency vet was wifey. Amber said there was like a 5-hour wait or whatever, hours upon hours of wait. Do you really think that Amber sat there with Twinkie in the emergency room? Or do you think that Amber waited in the car and Feline, wifey, Alex took Twinkie to the vet? Who is going to take Twinkie and the cats to the vet when they need to go? Twinkie is getting older, and you have contributed to her poor health in various ways, Amberlynn. Am I happy that she provided Twinkie with medical care? 100%. Is that worlds away from what she used to do? Yes, but my personal opinion on this is the reason that she now takes Twinkie to the vet and the cats to the vet and everything is because she used to have animal control being called on her, and she knows that her audience will hold her responsible, because before she left Twinkie shaking in pain and went to Chili's with Destiny, but I digress. The first issue, and we've talked about this before, I've talked about it in my videos. What are you gonna do when wifey's not there? Who is taking the pets to the vet? How about this? Who is walking the pets? You understand? She's gonna have to Uber there, and like I said, I don't know if she can. So, first of all, it's obvious that you're not taking Twinkie to the vet as a single lady. You're not going grocery shopping as a single lady. Wifey is taking Twinkie to the vet. Wifey is taking you as a single lady to the grocery store.
There you go. I hope you feel a lot more educated.
These are all very serious things. The thing about taking a shower before going to the emergency vet, I don't know a single person who would be concerned with their hygiene when their dog is very much so in pain. Amber says the dog is in pain and you're concerned with your hygiene, but you were not concerned with your hygiene for years when you were in a relationship with Casey. You wrote Casey messages stating to that fact for years when you were with Destiny, but now you're concerned. Anyways, this is why the reason that I'm bringing this up is not to judge her for her hygiene. I definitely don't care. Do whatever you want. And I've also don't judge her because sometimes people just can't get to it. I understand people get into bad situations. Things happen fast. I'm not going to judge you for it. What I am saying here is your content is disingenuous. Nobody believes you that now when your dog is in severe pain and you need to go to the emergency vet and the wait is 5 hours, you need to take a quick shower. Who would be concerned with their hygiene in a moment like that? You should have been concerned with your hygiene in proper moments when you were, using hand massagers or bling, bling, or whatever. I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's not so much about her hygiene because I don't care and I'm not judging her for it. It's that ever since like Destiny Extra exposed her, every video is I came, I conquered, I showered. Nobody cares. Like if you're showering, that's great. If you're not, that's also great. It's a mundane thing that nobody is concerned about. And at this point, I don't think anybody believes you at this point, and it doesn't matter. Your hygiene honestly does not matter to us. It's more for yourself. It's more for you, okay? And for the people around you. Your audience is not around you, and it doesn't matter. But I personally think it is incredibly inauthentic to get your audience to actually believe that when your pet is shaking in pain or now in pain, and she says that Twinkie is in severe pain, you needed to take a quick shower before the vet. It's disingenuous. We all know that you probably didn't do this. And if you did, then honestly, you're putting yourself before Twinkie, and you shouldn't do that. If your dog is having an emergency, who cares about your hygiene in that moment? The main thing is, I'm just so worried about her pets because she'll never be able to take them to the vet. I don't know. That's why I said before Twinkie needed to go with Becky because how are you going to be taking your animals to the vet? How are you going to be arranging everything? Because it doesn't seem that you can do anything without wifey and you're not even taking the first steps. Why didn't you go to the emergency vet yourself in an Uber and sit and wait there for 5 hours and pick Twinkie up and take an Uber with Twinkie? Why didn't you do that? If you don't start doing this now, you never, ever, ever will. Now, Amberlynn also went on Instagram and did these more riveting Q&As. Let's see what we have here. Is the breakup real? What kind of question is this? So notice how she doesn't deny that the breakup could be fake. It is answering questions like this that makes people think that the breakup isn't real. A lot of people feel that it's just for views, that she needed to take attention away from Becky and from Destiny, although the situation with Becky is not going away. We still want to know why you're threatening her. Do you think that the breakup is real or fake? I did a whole video on this. Comment in the comments down below. I don't know if it's fake or real at this point. I think that she wouldn't embarrass herself if it wasn't real, but at the same time, my personal opinion, when you get asked a question like this, you're supposed to say, of course, I'm heartbroken. Notice how she never says that the breakup is real, because just in case they get back together, she could come back and say, well, I never told you it was real. It's honestly preposterous. What are you going to miss most about Kentucky when you leave? Familiarity. Okay. I think that your life will become a lot harder when you leave Kentucky. You've burned every bridge you had in Kentucky. You could have been friends with the people you were friends with before, and now you're not. And the last one, would you take Destiny back if she broke up with your fiance for you? Absolutely not. So not only would you take Destiny back, I believe that Amberlynn Reid would take Becky back. She would literally be with any of her exes currently, as long as they could give her rides everywhere and she didn't have to do anything. That's just my personal opinion. Also, I will never let go of my opinion that I believe that Destiny is the one that got away. You sat there in a supposedly monogamous, happy relationship saying how mature it was with wifey and spoke to Destiny on the phone live for an hour. That says to me you're not over her. I don't know who here is going to sit live with on the phone for an hour with somebody that's already exposed them unless they still have feelings for them. That is my opinion on you and Destiny. Thank you so very much for watching today. I really appreciate your time. If you enjoyed today's video, please check out this video that's popping up here. You may enjoy it, you may not enjoy it. Go leave it a dislike if you don't enjoy it. Thoughts, comments, questions, let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me. I will see you next time. Bye.
Hi, you were waiting for me? Do you watch Amberlynn Reed and Foodie Beauty? Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. I know you cats have watch parties. What's going on? I love your paws. You're a very dapper gentleman. Are you upset that I mentioned Foodie Beauty's name?